You were suggesting in your answer to Matt that this has to be an Afghan-led solution once the negotiations take place. But President Bush, Laura Bush, and the entire administration, the State Department here under President Bush, made it very clear, as did the Obama administration, that women's rights had to be guaranteed under an American commitment to the women of Afghanistan. And having traveled there in the 90s under Taliban rule, I've witnessed what it was like for the women under Taliban rule. Would all of the blood, sweat, and tears of of this horrible war have taken place if not for some of those horrible procedures by the Taliban? And so, are we prepared to?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
Are we prepared to?
What terrible procedures?
I mean, the human rights abuses against half the Afghan population, as well as the terrorism base, of course, that led to 9/11. So, are we prepared to withdraw and let the Afghan government and the Taliban reach conclusions that disadvantage women, despite the American commitments under 2 administrations to the women of Afghanistan?
Yeah, our mission set there has been much broader than that, and it continues to this day. It's deeply consistent with what you just spoke to. Our mission set there is to deliver good security outcomes for the Afghan people, to let their political process work its way through. I've met lots of Afghan leaders along the way as well. I'm very confident that the very concerns that you raise will be addressed as part of these conversations. The United States' effort is to let the Afghans lead this process, and they'll come up with a resolution that is, I'm sure, uniquely theirs, just like every nation across the world does. The United States has expended an enormous amount of life in this, and we are now on the cusp of having an opportunity, which may not succeed, but an opportunity for the first time to let the Afghan people's voices be heard. I am confident that voices all across the Afghan political spectrum, the voices of women, the voices of minorities, the voices from all the different tribes and sects and political views, I'm confident all those voices will go into the ultimate solution. We and the others who will lead these negotiations will ensure that those voices are heard, and then the Afghans will drive the solution. You'll see, when you see if we get to this point on Saturday, and you see the arrangements that we have set forward, our conditions-based withdrawal sets a high bar for the things that will take place in order for America to ensure that we can accomplish both of those missions: a peace and reconciliation solution in Afghanistan, and ensuring that the homeland continues to be as risk-free as we can possibly make it.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.